As you say, 14 years is a substantial amount of time to spend incarcerated in an institution for having done absolutely nothing wrong. The nature of the abuse was emotional, psychological, and naturally, as you all heard in the past, a certain amount of sexual abuse occurred as children got older.
And did this happen to you as well?
Yes. Yeah. But I was asked yesterday, what was the one thing that stands out in your mind as being the most abusive? And I thought about it for a moment, and I'm still thinking about it, and it's this. The loss of liberty, the loss of family life, that was the most abusive, as far as I'm concerned.
And can we just, you brought this picture in just to demonstrate just how young you were when you went in. You were 2 years old. This was you, just, I don't know if you can just see that in that picture there, but we can just get that sense of just how young you were. We talk so often about sexual abuse, about emotional abuse that happens in institutions, and what tends to sometimes get forgotten is the impact it has on you as a man. What effects has it had on you in adulthood?
In adulthood, I think it's fair to say that it's made me, as a person, very cautious of human relations. It's made me very cautious of contact with all other people. I'm super cautious, uber cautious, or whatever you like to call it. And that's something I've discovered is quite common amongst the survivors of the system in Ireland, and in other places as well. I'm afraid a loss of trust is a consequence.
It impacts on your future relationships.
Oh, indeed.
And this is it, it's so long term. Yes. In terms of stopping it, at least what do you hope to see in this report that may go some way to give you some element of justice, but perhaps also to see, can it ever be stamped out? I don't know.
Well, we hope finally that the report will expose the illegalities of the system that operated in Ireland. For instance, the incarceration of children we know was illegal. There was a conflict between what the law said on the one hand and what the government policy dictated on the other. There was a conflict between policy and law, and the children were trapped inside that conflict.
Absolutely. Do you think it will do justice?
We hope it will do justice. And yesterday we called on the Vatican to intervene as of today and convene a special papal consistory court to examine the role of the Catholic religious orders in Ireland.
Do you think it's likely to happen?
Again, we hope it will happen. We expect His Holiness the Pope to intervene. We know that he has an interest in these matters, and we've been getting some soundings from that area, and we live in hopes.
Because you can't fail but to be moved to some of the detail, hearing just the horrific abuse, children's screams in the night that none of the other children could do anything about.
Absolutely. The children, of course, once they were incarcerated in these places, were trapped in what some people call in frightful isolation. They had nowhere to turn.
Like Robbie Dempsey did.
We were literally locked up